Institutes of the Christian Religion by John Calvin. Book 1. Chapter 8, Section 10. God has marvelously preserved the law and the prophets. Indeed, the passage in the history of the Maccabees that they put forth in order to detract from the authenticity of Scripture is such that nothing more appropriate could be thought of to establish it. Yet first let us wipe away their pretenses. Then we shall turn back upon them the siege engine they are erecting against us. Since Antiochus, they say, ordered all books to be burned, where did the copies that we now have come from? But I, in turn, ask, in what workshop could they have been fabricated so quickly? For it is well known that directly after the persecutions had ceased, the books were extant, and were acknowledged without controversy by all the godly, who were brought up on their doctrine, and knew them intimately. But even though all wicked men, as if conspiring together, have so shamelessly insulted the Jews, no one has ever dared charge them with substituting false books. For whatever in their opinion the Jewish religion may be, they confess Moses to be its author. What but their own more than canine shamelessness do these babblers betray when they utter the lie that these books, whose sacred antiquity is confirmed by the agreement of all histories, are spurious? But not to extend further effort uselessly in refuting such filthy calumnies, let us rather ponder here how much care the Lord has taken to preserve His word, when, contrary to everybody's expectation, He snatched it away from a most cruel and savage tyrant, as from a raging fire. Let us consider how He armed godly priests and others with so great constancy that they did not hesitate to transmit to their posterity this treasure redeemed, if necessary, at the expense of their own lives, and how He frustrated the whole fierce book hunt of rulers and their minions. Who does not recognize as a remarkable and wonderful work of God the fact that those sacred monuments, which the wicked had persuaded themselves had utterly perished, soon returned and took their former place once more, and even with enhanced dignity? For the Greek translation followed, which published them abroad throughout the world. The miracle appeared not only in that God delivered the tables of His covenant from the bloody edicts of Antiochus, but also in that the Jewish people, grounded down and wasted by such manifold misfortunes, were soon almost exterminated, yet the writings remained safe and intact. The Hebrew language lay not only unesteemed, but almost unknown. And, to be sure, if God had not been pleased to care for their religion, it would have perished completely. For after the Jews were brought back from exile, how much they departed from the true use of the mother tongue appears from the prophets of that age, a fact worth noting, because from this comparison one more clearly perceives the antiquity of the law and the prophets. And through whom did God preserve for us the doctrine of salvation embraced in the law and the prophets, that Christ in His own time might be made manifest, through the Jews, Christ's most violent enemies, whom Augustine justly calls the bookmen of the Christian Church, because they have furnished us with reading matter of which they themselves do not make use.